Well, try to keep up.
It started like this.
We went from the power went out to the guards are sleeping to
Escalated quickly.
yes, Epstein didn't kill himself. Why? Because I've seen the files.
Hold up.
All the way to no, Epstein did kill himself. Why? Because I've seen those files.
Wait a minute.
To I ain't got no damn files, so suck it.
Something ain't right.
I'm Jasper Gonzo on this.
Fuck you.
God! You can't make this shit up!
But it's what's next. What's up, everyone? Jasper Gonzo. What's next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Happy Tuesday. Well, it's been a busy 24 hours. Jeffrey Epstein. Remember that guy? Remember that lovely guy? You know, he just, who ran around with the rich and, rich and powerful like the Clintons and the Trumps and Hollywood and what have you, had his own little island and people would just like get away like Fantasy Island. He was the Ricardo Montalban. I don't know whose tattoo, but yeah, welcome to Fantasy Island. More like Peroista de jure. Because that's what it was. It was a trip to Minorville, and I'm not going to go into details as far as what went down. But anyway, well, we caught him. We put him in jail, and then something mysteriously happened. He ended up dead, and we don't know why. Well, there was conspiracy theories left, right, and center. From the power went out to the guards were sleeping to missed time delays, to I don't know, for somebody who forgot to bring him lunch or they brought him lunch and they put something in it and he bumped himself off to he hung himself with ropes and what have you, to at the end Epstein didn't kill himself. And for the last 3, 4, 5 years now, we were pretty much settled on that. Yes, he did not bump himself off. He might have been Clintoned. But we needed more evidence. So here comes Donald Trump 2.0. Who's he bring in? Kash Patel. Kash Patel says, yes, guess what? Here's what the situation is. We're going to expose this for everyone to see that Epstein didn't bump himself off. And here's why. Dan Bongino talked about it on his show for years before becoming assistant director of FBI. You know what? We got to get to the bottom of Epstein, because there are files. We know there's files. Somebody has to have seen those files. To Pam Bondi saying, you know what? I've seen those files. I've got tons of them, and they're on my desk, and I will expose them for the entire world. To now, Epstein did bump himself off, and no, we ain't got no damn files, so suck on it. Wow. Just wow. But we're going to take a trip on the way back. Take a trip to way back to February of 2025. And here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Pam Bondi confirms Epstein files sitting on her desk for review. United States Attorney General Pam Bondi confirms that files relating to Jeffrey Epstein's client list were on her desk for her to review, along with documents relating to assassinations of JFK and Martin Luther King Jr. During her interview with Fox News Channel's American Reports, Bondi was asked to host John Roberts about how she alluded to the Department of Justice possibly releasing documents relating to Epstein's client list. The reporter noted that this was something that President Donald Trump had talked about.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Let that sink in.
That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed because that was done at the directive of the president from all of these agencies.
Now we go from that to this. Excuse me. Now we go from that to this. This comes from Breitbart. Report, DOJ, FBI claim Jeffrey Epstein did commit suicide and no evidence of client list. The client list never existed. Of course, that's the wonderful Jeffrey Epstein. The Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation claimed that there was no evidence that there was a client list belonging to the convicted sex criminal Jeffrey Epstein and that an investigation found Epstein had committed the sui. In a memo obtained by Axios, leaked to Axios, FBI DOJ explained that they had conducted an exhaustive review of investigative holdings related to Jeffrey Epstein. Quote, to ensure that the review was thorough, the FBI conducted digital searches of its database, hard drives, and network drives, as well as physical searches, squad areas, locked cabinets, desks, closets, other areas where responsive material may have been stored, the memo obtained by Axios said. The memo obtained by Axios continued. The systematic review revealed no incriminating client list. There was no credible evidence found that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals as part of his actions. No little black book. We did not uncover evidence that could have predicated an investigation against his uncharged third parties. And of course, it's on Axios that you can see the entire list. Not the entire list, excuse me. I wish there was a list, but of course that does not exist. Of the memo that was leaked to Axios. Consistent with prior disclosures, the review confirmed that Epstein harmed over 1,000 victims, the memo added. Each suffered a unique trauma. Sensitive information related to these victims were intertwined throughout the materials. This included specific details such as victim names, likenesses, physical descriptions, place of birth, associates, and unemployment history. The memo continued to add after a thorough investigation, FBI investigators concluded that Jeffrey Epstein committed to Suey in his cell in Metropolitan Correction Center in New York City, August 10th of 2019. So he was not Clinton. Oh my. Video footage of the common area of special housing unit where Epstein was housed at the time reportedly supported the conclusion that Epstein had committed to Suey, the memo reported, but of course did not notice the fact that there were time missing during the taping. Well, Axios also reported that Trump administration were releasing a video that will allegedly indicate and no one entered the area of the Manhattan prison where Epstein was housed at the time of the night of his death. The revelation from the FBI and the DOJ that there is no client list. Epstein comes as Attorney General Pam Bondi confirmed the files relating to Epstein's so-called client list were on her desk to review. During an interview with Fox News Channel, of course, she said they're on her desk, ready to be reviewed.
You said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to their opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in segregated housing, you know a suicide when you see one, and that's what that was.
He killed himself. You want me to get, I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
Either you were lying then, or you fucking lying to us now. That's what it comes down to. You bullshitted us then, or you're bullshitting us now. Don't piss on us and tell us that it's raining. No, don't do that. The fact is that when you come out in February, Miss Pam Bondi, and you said, I've got the files, I've got the client list on my desk, it's right there, you can see it, bring the cameras in, there it is in black and white for all the world to see. And then 6 months later, you come out and say, no, there was no client list. There's no evidence. We've got nothing. We've checked everything, including the dirty laundry area. We checked underneath his bed. We checked in the closets. We checked in the garage. We checked in his car. We checked every nook and cranny and could not find any evidence credible that A, Epstein didn't bump himself off, and B, there was no client list to disclose. Talk about taking us for a bunch of fucking suckers. That's what you did. That's what you did. And you did a masterful job at it. This is inexcusable. This is absolutely inexcusable and should not be tolerated. So now, also let me tap your short-term memory. Remember the group of influencers, the group of conservative influencers that came out of the White House with binders in their hands. This is the Jeffrey Epstein binder. I have it in my hands. Everybody, there was maybe about 10, 20 of them. They all came out. Some people you know, some people you don't know. But they all had binders in their hands and they were taking pictures and selfies and, look at me, mom, and look what I've got. Look at this. And more than likely, they were all empty binders or binders with a little teaser, if you will, in regards to Jeffrey Epstein. And what happened? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So these influencers should be embarrassed as fuck. Absolutely embarrassed that they got taken like suckers. The big L. The big L. It's probably looking backwards on your channel, but yeah, it's the big L. It probably looks like a J. Anyway. But wow. Just in wow. You know, you took us all for suckers. That's a big mistake. That's a big mistake. But the hell, man. What can you say? The fact of the matter is that Epstein didn't bump himself off, and yes, there are files, and yes, you guys don't want to disclose. That's one thing, but you don't shout from the hilltops, "I've got the files, and they're on my desk." And then months later, it's like, "I got no files, so suck on this." No, that's fucked up. That is truly fucked up. That's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. But guaranteed, this shit's not going to end with this. Oh, no, 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 no. The legs are too long and the strides are too wide for this to go away, and it will not go away. So one or two things are going to happen. Either A, Pam Bondi gets fired, or there's really not an or, is there? And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.